everything else out of the way. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Southwest NASCAR Sim Series Racing. It's going to be race 12 out of 20 this season for the Southwest NASCAR Sim Series. We are about to go racing from the Michigan International Speedway for, again, race number 20. Before we do so, let's take a quick look at our point standings. After last race, Coaster Enthusiast uh, increases his 2 point lead over Emily Winters back up to 17 points from 2 it was prior to the race. And then Sharon Kyle is in third with 1469 points. Add fourth with 1452 points. Max Weisner is in fifth, 1429 points. Winterwolf sixth, 1397. Payson Avery is 7th, 1394. Creeper of Hope, 1392 in 8th. Ben Pierce, 1391 in ninth. Cole McElmoyle in 10th with 1390. 1384 for Sam Blaney in 11th. Uh, then in 12th is George Uriarte with 1359. Garrett Shima has 1358. He's in 13th. Matt Wynn has 1326. P14. DNP with 1325. P15. Adrian Mobley has amassed 1314. Currently scored in position 16. Ryan Boyer with 1,298 points. In position number 17, Flashy McClashy in 18th with 1297. Robot Spider in 19th with 1285. 20th is actually Carlos Tavares, and then 21st, Chris Canaban. I'll have to quickly double check those points. Ben Navarro, 22nd. Matt Nile, 23rd. Brian Anders, 24th. Brandon Delpino, 25th. And then James Youngerman, 26th. Greninja Talonflame, 27th. Matt Banswicki, 28th. Muse Better, 29th. And Parker is in 30th. Let's get into the race, shall we? So we'll quickly double check the 9. Yep, the 9 has 1273, and then the 7 of Carlos Tavares with 983 points from the first paint scheme, and then the second paint scheme he has 983 plus 287 would be 1290. No, 1270. So it's only 1270 points for that 7 car. I'm just gonna quick 1270. So he should be 21st. I'm gonna hop over here and do it. 1270. Just a quick double check on the points there. So Chris Canaban is in 20th.
What's going on?
But let's get to practice here for the Michigan Speedway. You're watching Southwest NASCAR Series action on YouTube.
Here, get up.
Also, joining me for today's race is Parker. So, what do you have to say in this kind of pre-race show, Parker?
I don't really know. It's all kind of new to me. Just ready to see some action here from Michigan.
Well, we'll have to see how things go. I'll probably make more predictions after qualifying, but watching this 99 car get out onto the racetrack first, Ben Navarro coming out in the number 10, second onto the racetrack, and he was better, and Ad getting onto the racing surface. Um, but it's going to be interesting today. I did a couple of test races prior to the start of this one, and it seems that there's several wrecks in the early stages of this race, but towards the end of it, we get a fair amount of green flag racing in here from Michigan, and it seems that it's not all that easy to pull away here. Um,
Hmm.
so we should see a fairly good race tonight. But we'll have to come down to those aware. But I guess it's time we get this race underway. Let's go through the field for today's
Drivers,
starting order.
to your cars.
Picking up the first pole of the season for him today is the 22 Sam Blaney. Gotta mark that down in the points. Being a little proactive these days. And then second place is Chris Ganavan, the number 9. Third place will be the 24 of George Uriarte, and rolling off fourth today is the number 42 of Brandon Delpino. Rolling off in fifth, the number 18 of Adrian Mobley. Sixth sees the 39 of Ad. Then Blank Yagami will roll off in seventh. Eighth will be the number 1 of Max Weisner. Rolling off ninth is the 5 of Pace Avery. 10th sees the number 44 of Reaper of Hope. 11th, the 25 of Robot Spider. 12th is the 2 of Matt Panswicki. 13th, the Lucky 13 of Matt Wynn. And 14th will be the 11 of Ben Pierce. 15th is the number 8 of PNP 10. 16th is the 77 of Flashy McFlashy. 17th is the 26 of Matt Nile. 18th is the 27 of Garrett Shima. 19th, the 61 of Comac Lamoille. And 20th is the 19 of Sharon Kyle. 21st is the number 4 of Muse Better. 22nd is the 14 of Ryan Boyer. 23rd will be the 15 of Emily Winters, and 25th, or 24th will be the 54 of Coaster Enthusiast. 25th will be the 3 of Brian Anders. 26th, the 99 of James Ingeman. 27th, 7 Carlos Tavares. 28th is none other than 29th today is Parker, and 30th, coming out the field, is Greninja Talon. In this little bit of time before we get the command, what are your predictions for today's race?
I don't know. I think it's gonna be some good action. Just really can't wait to get down to it and see who prevails.
Well, I think that the pole sitter is gonna have a good opening few laps, get out to a bit of a lead. We may get an early caution just because of the way this racetrack is set up. You can't really run wide too terribly much, but it will be interesting to see how they do with that. I'm expecting a couple of early wrecks, but towards the end of this thing, um, I think that it's gonna be a bit cleaner. So I definitely feel that the race leader or the pole sitters gonna have the advantage early on in this thing, just being up towards the front of the field.
Yeah.
Who's your? I know we'll probably talk about this again towards the end of this race, but who's your pick to win so far?
I'm gonna say I think that pole sitter had quite a strong start to this race. I mean, he's really gonna determine what happens in this when we go green. So that's my pick for now.
Well, I would have picked pole sitter Sam Blaney, but you stole him, so I'm gonna have to go with the second place car. I just think that being up towards the front to start this thing is gonna be key. Um,
Yeah.
so we're gonna have to see how this race goes. Now it's time for the command to fire engines. Let's go trackside.
Drivers, start your engines!
There's the command, and now the cars fire up here on pit road, just behind that Dodge Challenger Hellcat pace car, and they will roll off here from Michigan. About to get this race underway, and already problems for the field on pit road. The 44 didn't want to get started. Or excuse me, that was the one. So an early issue on pit road for Max Weisner.
Wow.
But that is going to definitely throw a monkey wrench into the one's plans.
Yeah,
And
that
Reaper
whole
of Hope gonna take that position because the one car doesn't roll off the grid.
plus that whole outside lane gets kind of pushed back right there.
That means that Parker is not going to have anyone to his outside to start this thing. We'll see if he gets any sort of advantage being able to kind of pick and choose what lane he wants to go off the start. Now, the last time we had a driver have an issue prior to the starting of a race, we might be having another issue with 42 here.
Must be some of that damage from the early incident.
I think the 42 is going to be coming to pit road. I think he's got an issue as well. So that's two cars out of this race early. But the last time we had an issue was the Atlanta Motor Speedway. The 12 failed to make it to the green flag. And now 2 spots gained by the outside lane. Here we come to the restart zone. Green flag is in the air for the initial start of this race here from Michigan Speedway.
And that was a 3 wide start for the 42 car.
22 set sail off down into turn number 1 as they head down the back straightaway. The 7 got all the way up into the outside wall. And now they head 3x3 into turns 3 and 4, and they almost look to be 4 wide. Here they come off of turn 4. The 11 hits the outside wall, and they're stacking them up towards the back here, all the way down into the grass is the number 12 car. And as they come off of 11 hits that outside wall again.
That's
a lot of
what
action in the early laps of this race. The 24 has led a lap here. The suspension issue for the 42. I think the one finally, I think the one's gonna have to continue getting repairs here, but the number 9 of Chris Ganaban, guy that I picked prior to the start of this race, doing well early. 24 hitting the outside wall, and he's gonna come down into the 44 back here. There's not a lot of, there isn't as much room here as there is at Auto Club, but it's definitely still a bit of a wide racetrack. You still gotta be careful though, going more wide and such. And we've got a little bit of a pack here stacking up behind this number 5 car, Peace and Avery.
He had a nice run right through the middle right there.
Good race early. A lot of side-by-side action. The 44 slides up. The 24, and he's gonna put the 39 in the outside wall. That could have been big. The 18 leading laps early here from the Michigan Speedway. 22 gets back underneath the 9 of Chris Ganaban. And now they're 3 wide for second. And car wrecking down the back straightaway, that's the 25.
Wow.
This will bring out our first caution flag.
That's a tough break for that 25
And a
car
huge
right
lag spike.
there. 25 car really got into the wall pretty hard right there.
I have to pause this. Because at the moment I have absolutely no frames. First caution of the day. Pit road will be open. Now the frames return. See if we can get a look at this or if it's gonna cause more lag, but it appeared to be something to do with this 25 car. Let's go to the helicopter map. They're running 3 wide here, going off into turn number 1.
And that 25 car just comes into the backstretch and slams the wall.
It seems that the two slid up the racetrack. The 25 hit the outside wall, and Robot Spider comes down into Matt Banswicki. Lucky for him, lucky for Robot, the 25 car doesn't really hit anything. He's likely going to be able to continue, but nonetheless,
that number 4 car has quite a bit of damage on it.
Just a little bit of a scare.
I mean, that 25 car just came right down into this 4 car.
Here's a look at it again real time. 25 got into the outside wall, cut across the 2. Brings out the first caution.
It's really a tough moment for that 25 car. Just, not really going to put him in the best position to finish this race.
This is on board with a modified partner for the better. There is a little bit of damage, but I think it's from leaving the outside wall.
Yeah.
And we'll take a look again at the field as they came to the caution flag. And then actually they wrecked. They wrecked after crossing the start finish.
That must be how the 4-car got all that damage.
Because they were 4 wide as they came to the line. 39 comes across the 78, collects, and that, whoa, my goodness! That's where the 4 gets involved. Holy, that 39 goes for a wild ride here under caution. Let's take a look at this, because this is actually a bigger wreck than what even brought out the yellow flag. "39 coming to the caution. Emily Winters trying to get around him. And the 39 clips the end of the safer barrier. It upsets the race car. And Ad's just going to end up coming back down into Greninja Talonflame in the 78. Nowhere that that 11 car could go.
It's not every day you see something
just
like that.
squeaks through. So does the 99 and the 88, but Muse Better can't escape it. And he plows into the 39.
Look at the precision from that 12 car right there. 12 car literally just drove right through it.
Let's ride on board with him. Coming to the yellow. He actually bounced off the outside wall. And then comes to the middle, and that just happens to be the place he needed to go. And they get things sorted out as far as the running order. Cars coming to pit road. Include your race leaders. The 18, the 22 is in. The 9 is on pit road. Light Yagami is in. Matt Wynn hits the pits. 5, 54, 24, 61, 3, 11, 99, 88, 8, 15, 25, and 4 all on pit road, and some of those guys are going to be ending their days early. That 77 staying, or actually the 77 came to pit road just prior to the caution coming out. He might have a bit of an advantage, although he is currently scored as a lap down. Creeper of Hope will be the race leader at this point in the race. The 42, also the race leader, or also 42 staying out. The 8 staying out, 27 staying out, 14, 7, 8, and yeah, so the top 5 stay on the racetrack, and a lot of the cars are lapped down. 77, 1, and 42, all staying on the racetrack. Up forward.
We'll see how this strategy comes into play here for these cars that stayed out.
here's the restart. Coming to the green flag. 14, or the 44, the race leader. And the scoreboard seems to have glitched again. It likes to do that sometimes. It's kind of annoying. Green flag. 44 sails it off down into turn number 1.
19 following right behind him.
And second place is that 19 car, as we mentioned. Now we get into the nitty-gritty of this race. The field tries to work their way around lap traffic. On the outside wall, that's the 10. But this 19 car having to work lap traffic to get up to the front. Reaper Hope, currently the race leader. We're gonna have to check out laps led after this race. But another car hitting the outside wall. I couldn't see who that was. But that almost took out a fair amount of race cars early. 44 leading, and the 14 of Ryan Boyer wanting to for the top spot. Now, under that caution flag, Parker, what would you have changed on the road?
I really would have taken a nice. I would have really tried to loosen the car up a little bit. Make it more able to run about 3-4 wide. Try to make it able to just run anywhere, because you never know where you're going to be running out here with these guys. They're all over the track right now. We've seen several get out into the wall, and it's still happening. So, as the 12, he fairly...
Big hit in the back. Sorry to interrupt you. The 22, with a big slide down the back straightaway, makes contact with the 13, and actually, as well as the 15. The 12 and 15 both hit pit road. Let's take another look. So this is towards the pack. 25. He just runs out the racetrack. The 25 forces him further out of the groove, and he's gonna slide up, hits the outside wall, then 13 turns him, makes contact with the 15, but what a job driving that thing to not allow that car to completely lose it. It would appear that the 7 of Carlos Tavares has gotten around the race leaders. 1 of Max Weisner is ahead of the field here, but he's not the race leader. The 26 is that time of the start finish. But a lot of slipping and sliding here around the Michigan International Speedway as the field actually comes under caution here. Let's try and see what this caution flag is for. The 24 is all torn up. Let's see who's coming to pit road. And Parker, what are you taking on pit road? If you come down pit road. Parker? First car coming to pit road is the 19, presumably for repair. And then the 10 of Light Yagami. The 13 is in, gonna repair the little damage that he picked up. The 54 is on pit road. The 22 is in, the 25, 88, and the 77 all hitting pit road. Well, let's take a look at this wreck. It appeared to have collected a few cars. Happens down the back straightaway on lap 15. 22, it's the same thing. The 88 hits that outside wall, comes down, and the 2 is there. Robot Spider can't avoid this one. Neither can the 77. Tried to get high enough, couldn't quite do so, and then the 77 picked up a piece of it. And then the 24 got involved by running over the 77 under caution. Trying to race back. And this 25 almost loses it into the outside wall. So the race leader for the moment is going to be this 26 car. A lot of action all across the racetrack here from Charlotte. We've been trying to cover, for the most part, the battle for the lead, because it just changes so often throughout this race, with everybody having a car that's able to win this thing. Everybody has the same amount of ratings, and that's just the way things should be. Parker, do you have any thoughts as we cross over into lap 18? Hold on a moment. Wait, check. I just gotta move Parker back into the main channel. There we go. Parker, as we come around, we're on lap 18 of 50. What have you thought about this race so far? Parker, are you got a copy? Well, we'll be coming to 1 to green this time by the start finish. So the lap cars of the 12, the 15, and the 1 will all line up on the inside lane, and it seems that all of those cars have been able to fix the damage that they had. We'll see if they'll be able to keep pace the rest of the field on this restart. But this 26 car, that is Bob, well, Bob, that is Matthew Nile. He currently sits in position number 23, has had one top 10, top, one top 5, 2 top 10s, 3 DNFs, which is unfortunate for him, but 17 laps across 2 races, and he's had 9 starts. He's made every race. We'll see if he can get the job done tonight. With 17 points, with 17 laps, he, with the way he's running right now, he'll definitely be able to climb out of his, 1242 points in the standings and possibly move up further field after this race. They'll lead him to the green flag. Here they come into the restart zone. Green flag back in the air. He's gonna have the 7 in tow. Down into 1 and 2 and down the backstretch. Got plenty of 50. We've seen a lot of clean racing, but we've also seen some carnage. The 7 gonna drop to the inside. It's the textbook move. We'll see if he can make it work. They're gonna be 3 wide behind them. The 61 trying to get around Max Weisner because he's a lap car. We'll see what he's able to do though. Down the backstretch they go. The 1 up to speed, so is the 12, but the 15 seems to be falling off the pace a little bit. As they head through 1 and 2, the 9 gonna drop to the inside on the 5. Battle for second. It's gonna be 3 wide with a lap car on the outside. And Carlos Tavares back to the point here from Michigan. Mason Avery trying to get around, well, second, or what appears to be second on the racetrack. And now the 5. Oh, in the wall and cutting all the way across the nose of the 18 was the 15 of Emily Winters. They're all over the racetrack, coming off of turn 4 into the outside, and as the 12 hits the outside wall, that's definitely not helping his situation. Now they're side by side for second. The 5 trying to take that spot away from the 26. And I think if he does his work correctly, this 5 car going to get all the way to the 7 of Carlos Tavares for this race lead. He'll be on the bottom. The 9's going to go with him. 4 wide behind them. And the 3 going to be the losing party in that one. It just seems that you can't be 4 wide coming off at turn 4. There's contact. The 3 gets into the 13 after he destroys the right side of that machine. And they head down the back straightaway. It'll be the cross flags the next time by. They're about to take lap number 25. All the way to the outside wall. The 7 almost hit it. And now Chris Ganaban is all the way out front. Ganaban currently running in the 20th position. 1273 points in the standings. We'll see if winning today would help him. But it's been a crazy race all over the place. I get the feeling we might get another fantastic finish, just like a few weeks ago from the Atlanta Motor Speedway between Coaster Enthusiast and Brian Anders. 10 dropping to the inside on the 54 as Ed Navarro tried to get around that. Then the rest of the field kind of getting held up a bit here with 18 and the 22. What great racing here from the Michigan International Speedway. Pace and Avery, your race leader, off down into turns 1 and 2, and down the back stretch they go. And this one car has made it all the way back into this mix. He's gonna get to the inside of the 61 of Cole McElmoyle, forces him into the outside wall. Pace and Avery making it around this racetrack. He's led a fair amount in this second half of the race. Max Weisner has gotten to Avery. And now Weisner gonna drop to the inside. But look who's lurking right behind. It's Garrett Shima, who sits in 13th on the points. A little bit of a lag spike, but it seems to clear up. The 99 of Youngerman, he's been having a bit of a rough season in 26th, but he's kind of turned it around here, and I think anybody really has a shot at this. They really work hard at it. Oh, Youngerman. Youngerman taking the race lead. However, it's not decided yet. Ben Pierce, he's gonna get into this fray, and Coaster Enthusiast there as well. Ben Pye all the way on the bottom of the racetrack. He's gonna try and get up to the race leader. The 99 has the lead for the moment. Coaster dropping to the bottom. High speeds here from Michigan for sure. They get upwards of about 217 miles an hour. Which isn't the fastest that these cars have run in NASCAR, or at least this season, but it's what they're running here today. I believe we just saw a car get into the wall. I'll have to see who it was. As the 14 trying to get his second win. 99 all the way in the outside wall. A little bit of tandeming like we've seen in 2012 kind of going on here, but still pretty good amount of green and green flag racing here from Michigan. They're going to be 4 wide off turn 4 here. If 26 does make his move, and indeed he did. Not going to get the spot though. Up front, Garrett Shima led the lap. 54 with him. Down the back stretch they go. 27. The thing is though, what's going to be interesting is they're gonna catch this 27 here in just a few laps, and so we'll have to see how the leaders handle catching him. They are gonna have to make it around him. Mobley in line with the 27 for now, and the leader's just gonna be able to get by him. No harm, no foul, and it's actually gonna help spread this field out. and single out some of these guys as cars that can win the race and some that not. 18 gonna drop to the inside. He wants the race lead. Adrian Mobley wins this race, then he's gonna have 3 wins on the season, and that would definitely help him in the points. I just don't see it happening. As they cross the line, Adrian Mobley out front, but still too wide out this field and all over the place for every single driver running this race. The one car hitting the outside wall there. Down the backstretch they go. 3 to 99, that's across the racetrack. Now everybody has been able to get around that 25 car. That is going to allow us to run it clean and green. Most likely to the checkered flag. Adrian Mobley, the race leader for the time being. Side by side for second. As Garrett Shima tries to make that pass work. Now he'll tuck back in line. Oh, and he almost cut across the nose on the 19. Sharon Kyle won't be too pleased with that. Now the 27 gonna look again to the inside on this 54. Logging some clean green flag lap, and Adrian Mobley is the race leader. Has 2 wins this season. First one came at the Wild Coca-Cola Speedway. The second one came at Pocono, which had a bit of a breakfast, somewhat like this one did. Then he won the race under caution. But it would be quite something if Adrian Mobley becomes the only multiple race winner and the only driver to win 3 races this season. But don't count the 8 or 54 out of this race yet. They head down the back stretch. Both of those 2 cars could easily make it up into the fray, but right now we've got a battle for the race lead. The 27 and the 18 for position number 1. We're coming to take 10 laps to go, and the 14 just put the 19 in the outside wall. And there goes the 27 at the bottom of the racetrack. And the 13 gonna get back around the 54 and the 8. Light's gonna be in the outside wall. As they head down the back stretch and for turns 3 and 4. And Garrett Shima gonna drive it all the way down to the bottom. The 13 gonna get side by side with B&P for 3rd. And this could be the beginning of the end for Adrian Mobley, as Garrett Shima and the 18 continue to trade the race lead for the time being. And now the 8 trying to stuff it in there. He couldn't quite get to the inside of the 27, otherwise they would have been 3 wide for the race lead. But here comes the field for 1 and 2. He's gonna have a look at the 27. And he's there. Let's ride on board. will get there. Side by side, here they come to the line. The 27 by 100. And now the 8 of PNP out front. 6 laps to go in this race. There goes the 27 at the bottom. Eric Schima. He doesn't quite get to the 8. CNP gets back around him. Now the 27 has the inside positioning. But again, CNP pulls him on the outside lane. Eric Schima back to the bottom. He's proved to be quite dominant in the closing stages of this race. He'll take the spot back, and I think 13. No, Coaster Enthusiast takes second place. Imagine if Coaster Enthusiast, who I believe has yet to leave the lap today, were thus in and steal this race win. All of those guys who have been battling up at the front before. And now the 8 up the racetrack in the outside wall. Point of no return. A caution now would end it. And he quite nearly took out the field there. Coaster Enthusiast on the bottom. Back to the point. And a win for him would be big, especially considering the 15 has picked up a lot of damage, and that's his main rival right now in the points. Coaster Enthusiast driving it all the way to the bottom. Getting a push from the 18 of Adrian Mobley. And this time, by the start finish, the 54 leads by 200. The 18 dropping to the inside with the 14. They'll be 3 wide for the race lead down the backstretch. 54 clears the 27. But does that open the door for Adrian Mobley to get up the coaster here? Coming to 2 laps to go. Coaster the race leader. Second is Adrian Mobley. And third, Ryan Boyer. Fourth is this 13 car. And then it's pretty much anybody's race. And they're almost 5 wide down the back straightaway. Aggressive trying to get to this checkered flag. The 15, or the 54, with the race lead, white flag, meaning 1 to go, presented by Quarter One Bank. Through 1 and 2. It was a 2/10 lead for the 54th coaster that time by. If the 18's gonna have a shot, he's gotta dive low now. But the 14 gonna try and take second away from the 18. Off of turn number 4. The second 2-time winner. It's Coaster Enthusiast. And as the lap cars come across the start finish, Coaster Enthusiast, then Adrian Mobley here from Michigan. What a race, and what a performance by Coaster Enthusiast to take home the win. It's his second win of the season, and a lot of other drivers laps today. Let's take a look at the full finishing order. Coaster Enthusiast was first, Adrian Mobley second, Ryan Boyer third, Payson Avery fourth, Matt Wynn fifth, Matthew Niles sixth, DNP 7th, Ben Navarro 8th, Cole McElmoyle 9th, Sam Laney 10th, Creeper Hope 11th, Ben Gears 12th, Sharon Kyle 13th, James Youngerman 14th, Carlos Tavares 15th, Chris Canavan 16th, Brian Anders 17th, Matt Banzwicki 18th, Winterwolf 19th, Parker 20th, Emily Winters 21st, Garrett Shima 22nd, Robot Spider 23rd, Greninja Talonflame 24th, Max Meisner 25th, 26th, George Uriarte, out of the race because of a piston issue. 27th, Flashy McClashy, retired because of an accident. Muse Better did the same, finishing 28th, camshaft issue for that 39 car. And Brandon Del Pino taking the checkered flag today. Well, not the checkered flag. He didn't make the start of the race. It was a suspension issue for him. It took him out of contention for this one. That's it for race number 12 from the Michigan International Raceway. Thank you guys for tuning into this race. I've been DNP. Alongside me was Parker before some technical difficulties sidelined him. But on behalf of all of the crew here that runs this Southwest NASCAR Series, Sim Series, I'd like to thank you for tuning in, and I will see you in the next race when we head to Sonoma Raceway for the Toyota Save Mart 350 out in wine country. But until then, you've been watching Race 12 from Michigan. I'll see you in Sonoma. Take care, everyone.